Baby, listen. Right now I need you to hear this with your full heart. I'm about to say things that matter more than any promise I've ever made. Nothing at all will stop me from becoming your husband. You might think that's just words, but I mean it like a plan, with muscle. I've built steps, not dreams. I've taken small, steady moves that add up, and I'll keep moving until the ring is on your finger and our life is ours. You should know how this began. Not with a speech or an idea, but with a choice. The day I decided, I put down a map. Not a map to a place, but a map of what must be done. Feelings to protect, fences to build, promises to keep. I started there, one honest line at a time. The first thing I changed was me. I stopped waiting for perfect moments. I started making them. I showed up on small days. I learned to listen when you speak in single words. I learned to clear space for the tiny things you forget to ask for. That's how real plans begin, in small, steady acts. Then I put priorities in order. Not money first, not status, not rush. You first, your safety, your comfort, your laugh. I told myself, if I cannot keep you safe in the moments no one sees, I don't deserve to ask for your future. So each day I made one choice that proved I was building toward forever. I started saving, not a pile that dazzles, just enough to cover the quiet needs. A repair, a warm coat, a surprise that does not shout but makes life softer. Money is only one tool, but it is a tool worth mastering if it means I can stand by you without shame. I worked on my silence too, not to hide, but to learn when to speak. I put away sharp lines and learned soft words that help rather than hurt. When things got hard, I practiced how to stay close without crowding. That skill costs time. Time I paid gladly because I want us to last. I made friends with my fears. I asked them questions. What will break us? What will tempt us? What will we regret? And then I wrote steps to meet those things. Talk first, step back second. Get help when the knot is too tight. Plans that last, don't leave things to chance. I also prepared for the people who might say no. Family, old partners, small minds with sharp tongues. They are real. I did not pretend they wouldn't worry or object. So I learned to speak with calm, to show up with proof that my love is steady and my life is ready. I practiced answers that brought down heat and turned it into talk. I did this in little scenes. A Sunday with your family where I listened more than I spoke. A phone call where I made one promise and kept it. A small gift that meant more because I had thought about it. Those moments build trust the way bricks build a house. There were tests I did not choose, times when money was tight, when work called at bad hours, when fear knocked at the door and wanted me to run. In each of those moments, I showed up anyway. I paid the small bills, mended the small breaks, and showed you that I stay when life becomes heavy. That is worth saying again. I stay. Love that lasts is not loud. It is the steady presence that turns storms into weather you can stand in together. I fought off the easier roads. It would have been so simple to take the fast thing that looked like success. I could have said yes to ways that promise quick gain but no deep root. Instead, I chose the slow path that makes a future real. That decision feels small today and huge later, and I want the huge to be ours. I planned our home in my head, the way a careful builder plans corners. Not just a nice place, but a place that makes space for your habits, your fears, your soft ways. A kitchen with a chair you love. A shelf with room for every book you keep. A window that faces morning light, because I learned how your smile opens with the sun. Every trivial detail became a promise I'd keep. The best vows are the ones you live before you say them. I want to show you every day what I mean. Not only say it at a ring, I also learn to ask for help. Not every man knows that asking is strength, but I did. I let mentors guide my money choices. I talked with people who have been married long and asked them the things no one writes in a book. That wise help kept me from making the same mistakes twice. Then there is the fear I hold, so you don't have to. I know that life can pull at a person. I know promises can be loud and light. So I wrote safety nets, an emergency fund, a plan if work changes, a list of people who will help us if we need rescue from more than money. Love is brave when it sees danger and then plans around it. Nothing can stop me is not a boast. It is a plan written on the small paper of daily choices. Each day I do one more thing toward that ring, but there are harder things than plans and savings. There is courage to ask for your hand when the timing is right. Courage to accept a no and keep loving anyway. Courage to make a home even if the road is messy. I learned to carry each kind of courage in my pocket, ready for the day I asked. I rehearsed the moment I would ask you. Not to perform, but to be honest. I wrote a short line that would say everything. How I keep you safe. How I choose you every day. How I will hold up our life. Then I practiced being quiet, to listen to your answer before I felt the need to fill the space. That practice taught me patience. The question will be small in words and huge in heart. I want my first line to be true when I say it, and truer every morning after. There were nights I doubted. I sat awake and thought of storms we might meet, but doubt taught me to come back with plans. When fear knocks, I offer a schedule, a fix, a call to a friend who will sit with me until the tide passes. Doing the work when scary things come is the only way to keep the promise alive. You deserve a partner who shows up, not only with grand words, but with small, steady acts. I learned to be that person. I learned to apologize quick and fix slower, to take the blame when I am right to, and to ask for time when I need to be better. Those are the real rules I live by. I don't say this to boast. I say this so you know my hands are ready. I say this so when the day comes, you will not doubt the work behind the ring. I also built a circle that helps us stand, friends who keep us honest. People who love you and respect me because I learned to show them who I am. I did not try to build this life alone. I reached out, I listened, and I let other good people shape me. Then I made a promise plan. Small legal things, clear accounts, shared goals, written in simple language. It felt grown up and brave and right. If we choose this life, we start not with fog, but with a few clear rules that protect what matters. Lovers who plan together make a future that resists storms. Now here's the part that matters most. I will ask you soon. Not when everything is perfect, that will never happen. But when I know we can stand in the mess and still hold our promises. I'll ask because my life is ready, and because my love is not a hobby. It is the thing I choose no matter what. But I need you in this plan. I need to hear your small fears and your quiet wishes. I want the rules between us to be ours, not mine alone. So if you worry, tell me. If you need time, say so. My vow is to be patient and to keep building until we both can stand under the same roof and say, this is ours. The road to husband is not a one-man march. It is a shared walk where both feet matter. And if something tries to stop us, doubt, money, voices from the past, I will not let them write our story. I will show up, I will fix, I will speak when silence harms, and I will listen when words heal. Nothing can stop me because this is not about me proving a point. It is about me proving my life for you. Every choice I make moves us closer. Small acts, saved coins, quiet apologies, Honest words, shared lists, and steady hands. They add up into a life where asking you to marry me is the natural next breath. I'm not finished. I have more plans, more small promises, more steps to lay down. I want to tell you all of them, but for now, know this. I am working, I am steady, I am coming toward you with patience and plans and a heart wide open. I want to paint the moment I will ask you, not as a show, but as a quiet truth. I imagine a small place where we both feel safe, where the noise of the world is soft, and the air holds only what matters. It might be a bench under a street lamp, a simple room with warm light, or the kitchen table where we first cooked something real together. The place is not what makes it real. It's that I planned everything. So the moment will be about us, not about a single perfect image. Every detail is a promise, not a performance. I will carry 3 things in my pockets that day. A tiny note with things I want to keep doing for you. A small ring box, nothing showy, chosen because I pictured you holding it and smiling. And a scrap of paper with our first plan for the life we will build. Small steps, small rules, simple joys. Those 3 things keep me honest and ready. The small list matters more than the ring. It shows I thought beyond the yes. I thought about the mornings, the bad days, the quiet meals, the ways we will stay steady. Before I kneel, I will say a few short sentences that come from the places inside me that do not speak often. I will tell you what I commit to every day: to listen with real care, to apologize when I'm wrong, to keep learning how to love you better, to protect your quiet and your loud, to guard your choices as if they were sacred. Those lines are simple because love is not a speech, it's a habit. Habits are deeper than vows. A promise you keep in small acts matters more than a line you say once. People imagine a big surprise. I don't. I picture your face when you don't have to pretend to be brave. I picture your hands when they relax, because you know you are chosen, not for what you do, but for who you are. That is the thing I want most to see. The heart notices truth in small ways. How my thumb finds your palm, how your eyes soften when you hear my voice. Those tiny things are the proof I will read when you say yes. Of course, there will be things that try to slow us down: a sudden bill, a mean word spoken by someone who fears change, a doubt that arrives on a tired morning. I have thought of each one and made a plan: repairs for the house, a fund for worry, a list of friends who hold us steady. Preparation is not cold. It is love that has learned how to survive. Survival plans are not dramatic. They are the small files in a drawer, the calls made early, the quiet help we accept without shame. I will speak to your family in ways that open doors instead of closing them. I will tell them how I see you in the small lights of life, how I will honor your voice, and how I will build a home that welcomes their laughter, as well as our mistakes. I will not rush them. I will listen. That patience is part of my promise. Winning hearts is slow work. It takes more listening than speaking. There is also a part of me that knows fears come from inside. You might worry you are not ready. You might worry I will change. I will not try to erase those worries. I will sit with them until they grow small. I will show up when you need time, and I will be steady when you need proof. Patience is a shape of love that looks boring until you need it. On the day I ask, friends will not crowd us. I want the moment private, because a sacred yes deserves space to breathe. But there will be people ready after, quiet faces who celebrate without noise. That balance between private and shared is part of the map I drew for us. I have practiced listening to your answer before I speak. If you say yes, I will hear the parts of your voice that are quiet and learn what peace sounds like for you. If you say no, I will hold my hand to my chest and say thank you for telling me true. I have learned that respect is not a tool to win. It is the core of any life we build. The courage to accept any answer shows the depth of my choice. I do this so you can feel safe to answer from your whole heart. There are small rituals I will bring to our life. Saturday mornings with a new bread, a shelf for things we collect, a jar for worries, where we write the small bad things and then burn the list when they feel smaller. These little rites keep us human and kind. I practice them now, so they feel natural when you join me. Rituals are anchors. They hold love steady when storms come. I picture the first fight we will survive together, not as a failure, but as proof that our work matters. I imagine a night when the heat is high, when words are sharp, and when we both feel tired. We will stop, breathe, and remember one rule: speak for yourself, not at the other. We will come back with small steps that repair what broke. That is the real vow I plan to keep. A fight becomes a lesson when both people want to learn. There are days I imagine failing. The ring might be years away. The road might be longer than I think. I keep those thoughts not to scare me, but to give me fuel. When doubts visit, I answer them with small acts. A call, a visit, a note left on the table. Action quiets fear faster than promises do. I have also learned how to ask for the life I want without demanding it. I will not force plans on you. I will not make lists you didn't agree to. I will show the path gently, hold your hand along it, and step back if you say slow. That way, our future becomes a shared map, not a one-sided route. Partnership grows when both hands steer the wheel. Then there is the day I will pull out the ring box. I will fold my hands once, breathe in, and speak the line I practiced when no one watched. The words will be short, honest, and plain, because love's truth is best said without theater. I will ask you simply, will you build a life with me? That question is larger than the ring. It is the call to every small act that comes after. And when you answer whatever your answer is, it will change both of our lives. I am ready for that change. I am not asking because I must have your name next to mine. I am asking because I have chosen a life I want you in, step by step, day after day. Nothing can stop me because my want is not a demand. It is a long plan I carry like a map. But I also carry a fear. I will not hide from you. What if the moment goes wrong? What if you need space and I cannot bear to wait? That fear is a test. I have already set rules for when you need time. I give it. When you need proof, I give it. When you need to step back, I do not take that step as rejection. I take it as trust in the slow. I practice the ask in my head in 100 different ways. I plan every small detail, but I cannot plan the look in your eyes when you hear me. So I will stop here for a second and tell you this. I am almost ready to come to you with the ring. But one thing happened last night that shook my plan. Something came up from your past. Small, quiet, not mine to speak of. And now someone else knows we are getting close. Last night changed the shape of everything. It was a small thing that should have stayed small. A message slipped through to someone I barely know. A line about your past that should have been private. A night you once wanted to forget. That message found a hand that kept it and then used it like an edge. At first I felt shock. Then I felt anger. Then something colder, worry. Not about the message itself, but about what others might do with it. A single small thing can grow into a story people believe, and stories can ruin the timing of everything I've built. The past, this time, is not about shame, it's about misunderstanding. A moment taken out of context becomes the thing that stops us from stepping forward. And now someone holds that moment like evidence. I thought about hiding the ring, about waiting for the heat to die down, about choosing a time when the world felt softer, but hiding is not my way. If I build a life with you, I want it started from truth, not from panic. So I did something I had not planned. First, I found the person who had the message, not to fight them, not to threaten. I wanted to ask why they kept it and who else had seen it. Their eyes were quick, like a person caught with a small thing they didn't deserve to hold. When I asked, they looked away and said, "It was given to me. I thought you should know." That answer opened another door I did not expect. Sometimes the people who think they help actually push the match closer to fire. That person believed in drama more than in mercy. Next, I reached out to the one who first sent the line. They thought it was nothing, gossip that would be forgotten in a day. They did not see how fast gossip becomes a headline in small towns and big lives. When I explained how this could hurt us, their face went pale. They said they would tell everyone it was a mistake, but words that call attention do not always take it back.